What's up? Happy Friday. Welcome to Valley Vision, presented by Culture Media. I'm Abby Alonso, Joe Mitchell here. It's going to be a quick show. We don't have too much of an update since yesterday. However, the women's basketball team did come out on top of that top 10 matchup against Virginia Tech. They went in ranked 7. Virginia Tech was 9th, and they ended up beating them 82-64. Kim Mulkey also locked in her 700th career win. It was really cool how they had like a whole presentation at the end of videos from her kids, from former teammates, from her first team at Baylor, from her first athletic director at Baylor, from her coach. It was really, really cool to see. Just watch that video. I think LSU women's basketball posted it on social media as well. But to see all of the people that she's impacted throughout her career, and they all kind of said the same thing about how proud they are. They're not surprised. They knew she was going to do that, and she's probably got a lot more ahead of her. But really cool to be there and witness a 700th career win in a game like that, because that wasn't an easy game. It was a rematch of the semifinal last year. And we know Angel Reese returned last night after missing 4 games. You can tell that, look, it's great to have her back, but they still have to figure out the chemistry. I feel like they kind of got some things going over the weekend in the Cayman Islands Classic, and then Angel comes back, and then you're trying to change things again. It was specifically in the first half, it was a little bit closer than people would have liked, but they were definitely still trying to figure out how the pieces move together. Angel did have a big impact on the game, obviously. Her numbers weren't as high as normal, but, you come back after missing 4 games, you're probably not going to be breaking records. She did talk in the press conference. Remember we said we didn't know if they were going to put her at the table after the game, because, the media can ask questions that make people really uncomfortable or try to get an athlete to slip up. Not me. I would never. But people do that.
Yeah.
And they kind of did. And so when she walked in, and I will give it to her, she took it like a champ. She walked in, confidence just radiating. And I think the first thing she said was like, "Oh, bet y'all are happy to see me. We gonna have some fun." And then sat down, and I was like, "Oh, yes, indeed." But she came out and said, she took ownership. The first thing she said, and I tweeted this, she said, "I just want people to know I'm not just an athlete, I'm a human." And that's how she started the press conference. And it was very real. She said, sometimes I needed time off. And she said Shaq talked or FaceTimed her every single day, and coached her through it and said, this is where you are in life. This is going to happen. You basically have the decision on how you react to it, how you get better from it. And she said he told her where she was right, where she was wrong, what she needed to fix. So he was a huge mentor. He is. Obviously, he signed her to that Reebok deal, but he's been a big part of, or a big leader and a big part of the guidance she's had. He's FaceTiming her every day that she's suspended and just kind of coaching her through it. Who else? And Kim Mulkey touched on this, the fact that Shaq is LSU through and through. And where else are you going to find that? To where you've got a former athlete, an icon, calling another icon, you're like a different generation, and coaching them through stuff like this. It's like family. And it was really cool to see her talk about that and kind of open up about that. They touched on mental health and how that situation or how that topic progresses throughout college athletics and how it's handled. But Kim Mulkey sat next to Angel Reese the entire time, again, wet, because the team had splashed her with water bottles once she got in the locker room because she won 700 games in her career. But somebody asked Angel about Kim Mulkey, and Angel doubled down and said, "I love her to death. She's the reason I'm at LSU, and I'm always going to love her." And it was I want to say an emotional night, not just because Kim Mulkey achieved what she achieved, but there were a lot of long embraces between Kim and Angel, between Kim and Hailey Van Lith, who didn't have as high of numbers, but was vital to that win last night. And Kim talked in the press conference about that, about how she told Hailey She gave her a long hug after the game, and she didn't share exactly what she said because, I mean, that's between them. But she told Hailey that there were scouts in the building and that they needed to see her not just be a point guard and a shooter, but to be able to spread the ball out and to play a different role. She's also battling plantar fasciitis. If you've ever had that, it hurts to walk. And you could see after the game when they were kind of doing the celebratory stuff for Kim Mulkey, she was limping around. So she's in a lot of pain, yet she's still having such an impact on the team playing through it. She's a tough kid. And all of this is coming straight from Kim Mulkey's mouth from the press conference last night. Aneesah Morrow had another double-double. She's so good, y'all. She's so freaking good. She really broke out over the weekend. And I told you, I think we continue to see that. I said it yesterday. I think Aneesah Morrow was going to be a big part of a win last night, and she was. And then even Mikayla Williams, freshman, does not look like a freshman. She does not play like a freshman. You would think she's an upperclassman with her level of play looks so experienced. So they looked really good last night. Again, that wasn't an easy team to beat. It's a very good team. Virginia Tech is struggling they lost a lot of people. I think they have 3 returners. So not the same team they faced last year, but still a very good team. So that was a big win for LSU and the organization moving forward. Again, still got some things to figure out when it comes to chemistry, but big step in the... Why is Las Vegas like the kicker here? Why did they place one in Las Vegas? What's in Las Vegas?
Bo Nix, Michael Penix Jr. playing for the Pac-12 championship tonight. Bo Nix Heisman campaign, last game of that. So,
dude, that is like iconic. Let's not just push his campaign to win the Heisman. Let's not just launch a website and get the entire internet talking about it. Let's put a billboard in Vegas where they're playing the Pac-12 championship and remind those other 2 what's the word? Quarterbacks. Yeah, that's not the word.
Organizations, programs.
Whatever. One of those. Just remind them that we're still here. I love it.
PSYOP, get in their head.
That is iconic. It is a little petty, but like the kind of petty that like is fun. You know, not overstepping. Also, Jayden Daniels, as we were filming yesterday, we're going to put it back on correctly today. I'm sorry, I just caught what I looked like on the screen. As we were filming yesterday, they announced that Jayden Daniels also won the Johnny Unitas Award. That goes to the top senior or upperclassman quarterback in the country. I told Joe, this is just another argument as to why the kid should win the Heisman, because that does mean if you do the process of elimination, and we were talking about this, that does mean that he is better than Bo Nix.
Yeah. And
they have now made that clear with another award. So
yeah, and it doesn't always mean that, because like last year Max Duggan won it, but
right.
Caleb Williams won the Heisman. He wasn't graduating or an upperclassman. So like obviously there's no conflict of interest there, but Bo Nix is. So
That's Tiger T. That's literally all we have for y'all today, just because it's a quick turnaround between Thursday and Friday. But we are having a really cool event here at the shop. We're now officially sponsored by St. Rock. This vodka, y'all have heard me talk about it in our vlogs, has no burn. And if you don't believe me, come to Cards and Culture and taste it. I will literally let you have a shot. That's what we're doing today. Ruckus and New Balance are dropping a new exclusive shoe. It's Voodoo, the theme. They have a really cool pop-up across the street that we're going to be kind of going in and out of, getting some content, interviews, and showing the shoes off. So we'll be here all the way until 9 p.m. Feel free to swing by. Again, come taste some vodka. We appreciate y'all. We will see y'all on Monday.